Hey guys, today I'm actually going to be starting a new series on the channel called the Speedrun series. And the plan is to actually go through all of these category Super Battle Road stages first, and then the Extreme and Super Class stage, and then all the type stages as well after that. Um, and just the premise behind this is just to go as fast as possible, clear it with the best possible time, and then you guys can try, and then you guys can tell me what you got in your best time clearing the stage. But the way we're going to do this is we're just going to go down the line, as they're laid out here. So we'll start with Potara. Um, and the team that we're going to be bringing is this team right here. So we have pretty much the standard Potara team, except the only big sort of question mark is why I brought the Tech Vegito Blue over the LR Vegito Blue. I mean, they're both very good, obviously very good units, but I think in terms of damage, the Tech Vegito Blue obviously does a lot more damage, so that's why I chose him. And since damage is the only thing we're worried about, he'll probably be preferable over the LR Vegito Blue. And then in terms of items, I did bring the two Bulma items. Obviously, we have the healing one, and then the one that gives 25% attack for 5 turns. Nurse Chi-Chi basically gives us a free turn because she reduces enemy attack by 74% for 1 turn. And then we have the Russian Roulette Takoyaki item. And my plan behind that is when we get to the final stage with the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the tech one, I'm going to want the LR Vegito to get a Dokkan mode off there. And then once we get there, I'll use both of these Takoyaki items, and then both Bulma items, and then sort of see if I can get close to one-shotting him. I don't think I'll be able to one-shot him just because he has like some absurd amount of health, like 18 million health or something. But I'm expecting that with all those items plus a Dokkan mode from the LR Vegito with type advantage, we'll be able to do somewhere between 70 to 80% of his health. And then whoever's left on rotation can sort of just pick him off. So yeah, with that being said, let's jump in for the first iteration of our speedrun series. Alright, so actually, what happened was as I was going through the stage, my headset just decided to die on me. So this is actually post-commentary, and I don't usually do this, but I had a pretty good run going, and I just wanted to get this out there just because I feel like it would be pretty hard to replicate this going forward. So our rotations starting out are pretty good. We have the Vegetos and the supporting Vegito too. So we went ahead and popped both Bulma items here just to sort of get as much damage as possible. Or not both Bulma is the 25% Bulma item. And I think next turn the plan is to pop the second Bulma item just because, we'll obviously take some damage here. Both of these guys are physical, so it kind of hurts us, you see that it takes so much damage there. Actually kind of lucky that we didn't take that damage with this guy because that would have done a lot of damage. Because obviously type disadvantage, but the plan overall is, yeah, we're lucky we got that crit there. The plan overall though is clear the first 2 stages, and on the second stage kind of stall until we're able to get the Dokkan mode, and then right before the Dokkan mode goes off, we push and then go to the last stage where we'll have a perfect setup to where we can almost just one-shot him. Because I think the most problematic stage for us would have been the last stage without a strategy like that, just because of the sheer amount of health he has. I mean, I think he has something like 18 million health or something absurd like that. But in terms of like who else you can bring on this team, I think the West Supreme Kai is a good option. The only reason why I didn't bring her is because she obviously doesn't benefit the LR Vegito because she only buffs Realm of Gods category units. And obviously the LR Vegito is not on that team. But if you look at the overall makeup of the team we're running, I mean, Tech Vegito Blue, Strength Rose, and the LR Goku Black and Zamasu are all Realm of Gods units. So the West Supreme Kai would pretty much be supporting like most of the team except for the two Vegito units that are gonna be on rotation. But what we've been trying to do up until now is I've been trying to set up the Goku Black rotation with the Strength and the LR Goku Black. It's taking more time than I would like for it to, but it's just how it goes. I think we finally do get it set up next turn they're on rotation. But moving on to the second battle here, I think my main focus going into this is to try and take down the Gotenks first. And we're going to go ahead and pop this Nurse Chi-Chi just because obviously the Gogeta is int and we have 2 tech types on rotation. So if we didn't pop that Nurse Chi-Chi and he were to super the Vegito Blue in the middle slot, I think we actually would die. We would just get one shot. I mean, he would do close to 500,000 damage to us, just because first turn going into a battle, that Tech Vegito Blue has 0 defense. So, like I mentioned earlier, the Nurse Chi-Chi basically gives us a free turn. It's essentially a Ghost Usher, but you do have the risk of taking a little bit of damage, but it's essentially nothing. So we see Vegito Blue here, not really doing anything special. Pretty much just stalling and waiting for the Goku Black rotation to come out, because that's who's going to be doing a lot of damage. This rotation right here. Now, preferably we'd want to have a support in the third slot, just because you want those two Goku Blacks to do as much damage as possible. But popping another Nurse Chi-Chi here, just to stall as much as possible. We have the physical Vegito in the third slot, so he's not really going to be doing a lot here. Honestly, you could replace him with the West Supreme Kai, but I think if you do that, you're going to want to sort of reset more until you get like the perfect rotations, because if you start off with a rotation of like West Supreme Kai and like the Tech Vegito, you pretty much have to reset. But like you guys saw, our first rotation on the stage, it actually included the physical Vegito here, and he did a pretty decent amount of damage, and he didn't get one shot, so he pretty much served his purpose there. He won't be doing much for the rest of this battle. I mean, like you see here, he's gonna take a super attack for 28k. That's through a Nurse Chi-Chi, so he's not the greatest. But here we're gonna take out the Gotenks with the LR Vegito Blue. I mean, not LR Vegito Blue, with the LR Super Vegito, and start chipping away at the Gogeta. Let's see. This should definitely take out the Gotenks. Yeah, Gotenks is... Oh, you think is he still alive? I couldn't tell. Nah, he was done. Okay, so now, yeah, we're just praying for crits on this Gogeta. And we're also praying that we don't get super attacked here. Yeah, like I said, he took 117k damage from a normal attack. If that was a super attack, it probably would have gotten us down to... I don't even want to know, probably like 10% health. But something to note here is that if we do get super attacked by the Gogeta on our LR Goku Black and Zamasu, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because we would be able to actually transform into the Super Vegito next turn with the LR. So I was kind of hoping he would super the Tech Vegito here. I know there's a possibility he could actually just kill us, but I thought it would be pretty cool to be able to heal to full health that way, without having to waste a Bulma item here, because we're definitely going to want to use that in the next fight before our Dokkan mode goes off. Unfortunately, that doesn't work out like that. We can actually use the Super Vegeta here, the physical one, to tank all of his attacks, but I think I decided that it would be better just to get super attacks with all of them, because we absolutely need to kill him this turn, because if you take a look at our Dokkan meter, we're pretty much guaranteed to get a Dokkan attack next turn, and we really don't want to waste it on like a 5% health Gogeta left here. So getting super attacks with all three of these guys is essential. Let's see what he does here. Yeah, and I'm just praying that he crits, and I'm praying that the Vegito Blue in the last slot gets a crit. Otherwise, this run is basically over. So he has to get a crit, or we basically are not going to get a good time. So 2 million attack stat. Let's see, does he get the crit? And he does. So we're able to move on to the third stage with basically a guaranteed Dokkan mode, and we have the LR Super Vegito on rotation. Now the only thing that would have been better here is if we had the Tech Vegito here, because he's the only support unit we have on the team. So I'm going to go ahead and pop basically every single item we have left here, just to muster up the biggest nuke I can possibly do. And if you know with the Takoyaki item, the actual attack buff that it gives doesn't stack if you use multiple of them, but it does change more orbs into Tech Orbs. So that obviously will give you more damage overall. So there was a bunch of Tech Orbs we got there, and we have over 1 million attack stat without even launching a super attack yet, so let's see how much this will do. I did link him up with the Rose just because they share more links than they do with the LR, so 6.94 million attack stat against the Gogeta. Let's see how much this ends up doing. Again, I don't expect this to kill. I think it'll do between 70 and 80% of his health. And 13 million crit, but notice how he's still alive. With, you know, probably around 15% of his health left. And then we're basically praying for this guy to either kill him or the next guy to kill him. And he does take a super attack here, which is pretty scary, because his defense is not the best. But here we activate big bad bosses. And with this activated, this guy can basically just kill him, and that's the end of the run. I think that last stage went very smoothly, and we ended up using all of our items, which is fine, because that was the plan the whole time. Let's see what our time ends up being here, though. So 8 minutes and 28 seconds. Now, I'm pretty happy with that time. Obviously, there's some things that could have gone better, like our rotation starting out could have been better. There could have been less stalling and thinking about what I want to be doing. But let me know what you guys. Let me know if you guys try this out, and let me know what your guys' times are, because it would be cool to sort of compare between me and the community. I think it's a good idea, because I think more interactivity between content creators and the community is definitely needed. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this, and I definitely am looking forward to creating more of these videos in the future. So with that said, catch you guys in the next one.